We're here at the Mingo Community Building. Background of it, the Grange built this building for Mingo High School back in 1955 and 56. And for many years, the Grange was real big with the farmers and rural people. They have since deteriorated and dropped out, and then back in the 80s, they revived for a few years, and it's something happening. And the Grange is back again in full force. We have with us today Miss Rachel Wilson, who's from the Department of Aging. And we're so glad to have you today.
Glad to be here.
I hope you enjoyed your meal and
I did.
time with us.
I did. I'm glad I came.
We, the seniors over here at Mingo, not patting myself on the back any at all, but giving Miss Lily Williams all the credit. The seniors had kind of got down to where they weren't many coming. In fact, when my wife and I started, there was only two that was regulars. The word kind of spread, and we were trying to do things out here, and now we have a little over a dozen or more.
Yep, I think there's about 16 active.
16 active.
They about 12 average on a day.
And we have some good people. We're rowdy sometimes, but you know how children and old people are. They have to have their rowdiness and get it out. This is a good place to get it out of. Then you can go home and smile at your partner. But as I said, we're so tickled that Rachel got to come today. And I had met Rachel before, but it's been a while. And I'm glad that we got reacquainted.
Yes, sir.
And tell us a little bit about the aging, what the aging does, and what we try to accomplish here.
So the purpose for Department of Aging is to essentially keep seniors in their home independently for as long as they are safe. And we do that with many different avenues. We have with my program, which is the nutrition program. We have two branches of that program: home delivered meals and congregate. The congregate meal program is the meals that are served daily at nutrition sites like the Mingo site. They come in, they have a social atmosphere, they get to do activities, they get presenters that come in that gives them information that they may need for all kinds of avenues: insurance, end-of-life care, fun things. Just there's a whole multitude of awareness and education that's brought into the senior centers or the nutrition sites. We also serve them a meal that is a nutrition tailored meal, so that we know that they're eating healthy. They're not going hungry when they go home. We serve probably 200-ish congregate clients in Sampson County on a yearly basis. We have 7 sites. Mingo is one of the oldest sites. It's been here for many, many years. I actually found some paperwork year before last when I was cleaning up. That was dated in 1985. So it's been here at least since 1985. I am super, super excited and proud of the work that you guys, along with Miss Lily, has done to increase the numbers here. It makes me so happy to see so many seniors coming out, and we want even more. We want as many as the building will hold. I have a lot of great plans and a lot of great goals personally, career-wise, that I would love to see in Sampson County, and this is just one more step up that ladder. But we also have our home delivered meals program, which gives a meal to seniors who are homebound. They're not eligible to come out, or not able to come out, or it's very difficult for them to come out to a nutrition site. And those meals help keep them in their homes, so they don't have to go to a facility, or they don't have to have someone move in with them necessarily. But they have some physical or mental limitations that keep them from coming out to the site. Hopefully that may change a little bit, because some seniors who are homebound aren't 100% homebound. They may be mostly homebound. So we're hoping that the Older Americans Act, which is the legislative opponent of our program is going to rewrite some of the policies that would include some home delivered meal clients occasionally being able to come out to a site when they're physically able or mentally able to come out. So they would not be restricted to either or. So we're excited about that. Department of Aging also offers family caregiving program through Miss Angela Fairclough. She does multiple trainings every year, support groups that helps empower, educate, train, and just give some support to caregivers who are caring for elderly seniors to stay mentally fit, because it is exhausting caring for a loved one who can't care for themselves. So if you have anybody who is a caregiver to someone, send them to Miss Angela, and she can give them a world of information to help them and the person that they're caring for. We have information and referrals in our office, which is also through Miss Angela, and it is avenues that are outside of our department that we personally have that someone may need. So if they call with a specific situation and we don't have the resources in our office, she would be the one that would help get those resources out or find the resources for that person. So she's a really good connection in our office. We do home repairs, so wheelchair ramps, people who are limited, they can't get in and out of their house easily, they can't go up and down the steps, or they're wheelchair bound or walker bound. We are able to put wheelchair ramps up permanently, or we have some temporary ones. So if someone got injured and it's a temporary injury, they plan to not be bound by mechanics, we can put up a temporary ramp for a number of days, just until that person is well enough to go back to their steps or whatever they were using prior to their injury or surgery. You contact Miss Angela for that. She's the kind of the first point of contact for all of our programs. We have Adult Day Health Center, which is in Clinton on Fisher Drive. That is a spot for seniors who really are nursing home level of care. They cannot be left alone. They can't be, without their caregiver, but their caregiver still works. So it's a place for them to come and have somewhere safe to hang out during the day while their loved ones, their care provider is working. It's open 7:30 to 4:30, I think, Monday through Friday. And Ms. Carla Johnson is the director over of that center. That's a really good resource for people who really can't be left alone or shouldn't be left alone, but their loved one just wants them home. They don't want them in a facility. So if you know anybody who needs that resource, that's a great resource. Also.
I know about that. My mother had Alzheimer's, and when she got into her latter stages, we didn't want her in her nursing home, but we wanted her at home, and we got her in a daycare center. She stayed about 4 or 5 hours, and that gave Daddy a break. Yes, and I understand that part. I didn't realize that we had that in the county. I'm learning something.
Yes. We have, I think there's about 8 or 10 clients that go there now full time, and they have the capabilities to receive 18 full time.
Are they picked up on the bus, or do you have to take it to the side?
I think it depends on the circumstance for each individual. Okay. I think there's individual circumstances.
Okay. I know there's a bus in here that takes dialysis patients up to, especially done dialysis. That's where I spent 6 years of my life.
Oh, wow.
3 times a week, so I know.
Dialysis is good.
Dialysis. I was fortunate enough that my wife brought me and took me.
Right.
But speaking of the home delivery meals, what's the procedure of getting that started?
For an individual?
For an individual.
So right now we have a pretty lengthy waiting list. Unfortunately, we just do not have the budget funding, which is a collection of federal, state, and local funds, to eliminate our waiting list. We have a certain budget amount that I have to figure how many spots each year I can have. And it's an estimate, nothing's guaranteed because people change, situations change, yada yada. But you call the office, talk to Miss Angela, or you can call me at the office, and I will do a preliminary assessment to see if you meet the requirements for being homebound or mostly homebound. And if you do fit those qualifications, you're put on our list. And then once your name comes up, your spot becomes available, I will contact you, and we will come out and do a very quick home assessment. And basically that's just kind of going over your nutritional health needs, your levels of activity, your daily activity, like you can walk, stand, sit, or how much assistance you need doing those things. And then we will assign you to a specific location, nutrition site location, based on where you live. And then you will start receiving meals following that.
Is that on a daily basis or?
We used to do them daily in the incorporated areas of the town or the county, but we had to kind of change it up for COVID because COVID threw a wrench in everything.
We all went through that.
So we switched everybody to frozen meals, and so far the majority of the participants, when I do my survey, they want to stick to the frozen meals. I think it gives them more flexibility.
They can eat when they
can eat it when they want to. If they have pop it in the microwave or in the oven. If they don't have to be home every single day at 12 o'clock waiting for their meal. If they have a nurse or a care provider or an aide that's there 8 to 12, so their breakfast and lunch is already taken care of, they can save that meal for the dinner time when there's no one there, or they can save it for the weekend when there's no one with them on the weekends. At some point, we may have to go back to giving the option of a hot meal daily. The state's kind of pressuring me to get that back on the table. But when I do decide that we're at that point, it will be on a individual's preference. So we will not make everybody convert to one or the other. It will be a preference.
Okay, another question while we're on that subject. Is delivery a problem for you in the rural areas?
Delivery is absolutely terrible in the rural areas. Right now, I have no volunteer drivers for meals in the Mingo area. Lily does them all herself. That is a huge issue. The only other, actually, all of my county spots have no volunteers. I have one that does the Newton Grove area when she can, and so she's been a great asset. And I have one that does Roseboro once a month when she can, or twice a month when she can. But so that has changed. How frequent we can deliver. If we had volunteers who could help us deliver those meals, we could have somebody delivering those meals more frequently, which means the senior who's isolated and at home alone would have more interaction with people. So instead of having 2 people, one person they see twice a month, they could ultimately have somebody they see 4 times a month. So that would be a much better benefit for the senior. Sometimes we're the only people that these seniors see ever. So they may go 2 weeks at a time and never lay eyes on another human being.
Well, another question. Could the Mingo Grange participate in it and help you out in it?
Absolutely, yes. And I can pretty much manipulate the schedule to match what the availability of the person is.
What would we have to be able to deliver?
A car.
Just a car?
A vehicle.
You don't have to have any special.
We do some training, so we'll go over, like if you were to go to a home and an individual wasn't coming to the door, or you're calling them on the phone and they're not answering the phone, but you feel very confident they're inside the building, what to do then. Or if you peep in the window and you can see that there may be a medical emergency going on inside, what to do then. We will give you training on how to handle some of the situations you may encounter when you're at a person's house.
Okay, do you, off the top of your head, do you have anybody in the Mingo area that needs that kind of help?
We have 5 or 6 home delivered meal clients in the Mingo area.
I know we do that every other week, I believe.
Every other week, and I would love to have that done weekly, just to give that person more interaction with an individual.
Okay.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we may have about 5-ish on the waiting list that would be assigned to this community, this nutrition site also.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm going to be working on that very soon because I've had quite a bit of spots open and the budget year has restarted. So I'll be able to fill some of our spots or pull down some of our waiting list.
I know you kind of interested in what we try to do over here. We've had in the past couple of months, or 3 months, we've had crocheting classes, which I didn't attend, but
I can't imagine.
a lot of the ladies enjoyed it. They still do it. Not only the class is over, but they're continue doing it. We play bingo, not every Friday, but almost every Friday. We did today. Lily usually has us some, not $100 gift certificates, but some pretty good gifts to give out for the winners. We do a little cornhole, as you saw today. We're going to set it up so that once a month we're going to have a cornhole tournament. Not only the ones that's here, but if anybody else wants to come and participate. In the future, we're going to do some things at this building that we've got plans for. As we're talking today, there's a new air conditioning unit being put in, installed for the front, where the seniors meet at. And then later on, we're going to do some things with the building here tonight, and bring in a nice look to it, more enticing look to be rented out. 26th of October, 40 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to have what we call our pumpkin patch. This year it's going to be a fundraiser as well as our pumpkin patch. So normally we have it for children, but this year we're going to kind of put our insights on seniors, to get seniors involved, not only with Mingo Community Building and the Grange, but also to get involved with the seniors part of it too. October 26th, we're going to start at 4 o'clock, and we'll have a meal out here. We're going to have games and stuff like that for people to participate in. And at 6 o'clock, we're going to have the Ollis family. Eric Ollis grew up in this neighborhood, went to school at Midway, and he has played with a lot of groups over the years. He's played with the Windsors and a couple of more groups that I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm an old man. But him and son, two sons actually, are going to come and put on a sing at 6 o'clock. Probably be around an hour and 15, 20 minutes, something like that. And we're going to have it especially for seniors that day.
And that's going to be seniors, open to any seniors in the
Any
county,
senior
correct?
in the county.
Any seniors.
Anybody wants to come is welcome to come.
Perfect.
And we were talking about it earlier, we may, and hopefully we will, have a nice Brunswick stew dinner that day, or a evening meal, to where you can not only come and get a plate, but you can also maybe buy a pint or a quart.
That's a great
And
idea.
take it with you home. Hopefully we can make that work out. That's the plans right now. As far as the seniors, I've talked to Lily a little bit about maybe taking a trip to Clinton and go to the museum. The Grange went to the museum, I don't remember, last year, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. We got special treatment. We went in the afternoon after they actually closed down.
Oh, okay.
And we had a meal, we had pizzas brought in, and so we ate there, and then we took a tour of the museum. Really a nice museum. I was surprised that Sampson County had one. I didn't know anything about it. I knew we had one, but I have no idea what consisted of what it did. But I was thoroughly pleased with it. When I came years ago, back in the 80s and 90s, I hate to say it, but we had some terrible food. Just plain terrible food.
Well, thankfully, we think we have improved that.
You have. I was thoroughly surprised when I started coming back, and the food was great.
And so our meals are catered in. Obviously, I don't cook them, I have to give all the credit to Ryan Gibbs Management. Ryan Gibbs has a catering facility that he services New Hanover, Sampson, and I think Gander County also, senior centers. And it is located inside the Senior Resource Center in Wilmington. It's a very large kitchen area, so he cooks all the meals for the Wilmington side, the Pender County sites, and our county's sites, and he does them daily. And he is very receptive to some of the changes that the seniors wanted when I first started the position. And then yearly we do a little survey with them to see where they're still standing. And he has done a great job with trying to make some adjustments and some changes. And I think for the most part, he has been very well received. And he's easy to work with. I can call and say, hey, I need you to change this stuff. And pretty much at the drop of a dime, he's like, okay, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Well, he's done
a good job.
Good. We meet here at Mingo on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 o'clock to 1. I'm lazy. I don't usually get here at about 10:15, but it's here. You can come anytime you want. You can leave anytime you want. Most of the time after we eat, everybody kind of like could be a quail.
Dismantles.
It's gone. But we're so glad to have you today.
Thank you for having me.
I thank you for looking after us over here and staying on top of everything. And I know with your help, Mingo's going to improve more and more.
I'm excited.
I think we have about what,
16 or 18.
18 on the roll right now. And we've got.
Every time Miss Lily turns in her paperwork, there's a new registration form in there. So
I
I think I've
love
lost
it.
count.
I love it. I went and spoke at Baptist Chapel on behalf of our center, and we've got a couple. In fact, we have Mr. Wilder Page is coming, and his wife, when she gets well, she just had surgery on her knee. She's going to start coming, she said, and she told me this morning on the phone that she had a couple of sisters that she thought was going to come. So who knows what it's going to turn into.
We can jam out. I'm excited. We can get the activities rolling. We can get the fitness going.
Well,
we can start branching out.
We got plans, but plans don't always work out the way you want to. But so far they have.
One step up the ladder, one step up the ladder.
Right? Sure is. Again, I thank you for coming.
Yes.
And anytime that we can help anyway.
Give me some volunteers for the Mingo home delivered meal route. That's what I need right now.
I promise you we're going to work on that.
At least one, if we just have one.
Well, I may take it on one day a week or something like that. But hopefully out of our crowd we can get somebody to help you out on that.
Perfect.
We're going to work on that anyhow.
I'll hold you to
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.